Hey, good morning. Um, it's Friday morning, and I was praying this morning and reading my word and listening to God. And He told me that there's a great darkness that's permeated all of our societies, and that's this mental illness thing that it seems like the enemy has a heyday with mental illness because nobody really knows how to fix the mind. You know, if you have a problem with your foot or a problem with your heart or a problem with your lungs, it seems like they can work on it. But our mind is so intricate. Our mind is the hub, where our soul operates in. And I told the Lord, this is an awkward post to make because I don't really know much about it, except from time to time I've struggled with, anxiety or worry or fear, depression, and the Lord's always been faithful to help me. But there's so many people suffering, and everywhere we go, we see people suffering. And I've talked to several police officers this year, and they tell me in some areas that 50% of all their calls are because of, mental illness or emotional things that are wrong in people's lives. And I've talked to educators, I've talked to people in counseling and people in education. They say that's the biggest need in our world is help for people that have mental illness. And I don't know how to define the line between mental illness and what our own personal sin or rebellion would cause our mind to go into. So I'm not going to be the judge of any of that. But I do want you to know that the chastisement of our peace, it says, was upon him. And Jesus, by his sacrifice, he paid a price so we could have emotional peace. First thing I want to say is I don't think people should feel guilty if they have to take some medicine for their mind. People take medicine for other parts of their body, and we've put kind of a stigma on this mental thing. So I'm just thankful for everything doctors can do. I think it's a miracle that doctors can help people, but I want to say is that I also believe that sometimes beyond doctors' help, that God can heal people's minds. God can heal people's emotions. And so, we shouldn't be afraid of God taking us deeper. We shouldn't be afraid of God taking us into areas that we've been afraid to address. Sometimes, in my stream, I preached and believed, and I still believe it, that, you get saved and you get sanctified and God takes care of it all. But a lot of times it takes a long time for our minds to catch up with what our hearts experience. So let's give people grace. I just had a burden today to say, let's really pray for the emotional healing of our church, of our nation, of our world. It's like the mind is this final playground that the enemy's playing with. And I don't know if it has to do with instant social media and news and internet and everything's always instant. So we're bombarded with good and bad, mostly bad stuff. And it just overwhelms our minds. Kids, so many of the kids are on ADD medicine, and, they live their lives looking at little screens, little computers, little iPads or whatever. And, there's a lot of factors, and I'm not an expert. There's millions of experts that know. So I just know I was burdened today to say we need to pray for the minds of our people. We need to pray for the emotions of our people. And I told the Lord I wasn't going to do this today unless he made it real clear. And I had 3 different people tell me today that mental illness was causing a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in their families. 3 different people. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So let's believe that God can touch and heal the mind like he can the soul, like he can our heart, like he can our motives. Let's believe that. But until it happens, let's have comfort. Let's have compassion. Let's come alongside people and really stand with people and really help them. Let's not just put them in the corner and say, oh, that's the person with the mental issue. Let's don't do that. Let's just stand with people, and let's let God bring a revival and a renewal and an awakening of our minds and our emotions. Anyway, we have the helmet of salvation. We have a spirit of love and power and a sound mind. We've got the mind of Christ, according to 1 Corinthians 2:16. So until those things actually manifest and become our reality, let's show compassion, let's show patience, let's show kindness, let's bear all things, and let's just love and stand with people that need an extra touch. Thanks for listening. Until we talk again, blessings on you.